My name is Robert Clapp. I work for the Center for Independent Living. I am the Director of Operations. I've been working at the Center for Independent Living. I first started here as a volunteer back, geez, I don't know, early 2000s, I guess. And anyway, did a lot of different things. My first job was as a direct care worker or personal attendant. And after that, I did some durable medical equipment work with people for a program that we had. Did community integration, then service coordination for a program, and then assistant director for that program, and then this position. Well, assistive technology actually can cover a lot of different types of technology. So uh, I'd say there is like adaptive technology you can use for cars, whenever they convert cars so that people with disabilities can use them. Those are highly like individualized applications, but um, more commonly, I would say here, at least in the office, the stuff that we're dealing with generally is like technology based stuff, like in terms of communication technologies. So it might be like phones, computers, and things like that. Um, that said, there are also some very specialty communications devices, like communications boards, that actually now, some of them are so sophisticated, it's almost, they're like little mini computers themselves, like with specialty operating systems and stuff, and really cool, interesting, like gaze based navigation systems. And they're even, the last that I had seen a couple of them used has been a few years now, since I was working in that program. So they've probably even made more advancements. But I remember one guy, he had like a reflective dot that they would put on his forehead, and then his computer, which was almost like wasn't a laptop exactly, but it was sort of like a kind of like a custom. I mean, it was a full blown computer, with a screen. He could navigate the web and stuff, but it was really cool because he could take that with that reflective dot wherever he looked. It was kind of gaze based, but it wasn't reading his eye movement. It was reading his head movement. But he could go and select things and commands and stuff. It was really fascinating, but really cool too because that was really how he was able to communicate with staff, communicate with people that were coming to visit me, and others, and advocate for himself, and just hang out, tell stories, just socialize and stuff like that. So it was really cool. That was a really neat application of technology. Uh, Regarding assistive technology for mobile applications, like say phones and stuff, um, you and I were talking earlier, Josh, just about a couple of the different resources available. Um, and I'll touch on the ones that you have here, but I wanted to bring up appleviz.com as a really cool website for people with blindness or low vision. That's AppleViz, Apple, APPLE, VIS.com. That's a really cool website. Um, Google also, I mean, if you just type in Google accessibility, that'll take you, you can go find Google's accessibility initiatives and stuff on their page. Apple also has a bunch of cool applications, and Samsung has, their own initiatives. Microsoft also, can't leave them out. They've made a lot of strides over the years, and some actually really cool stuff just integrated into their like office technology software, where you can go um, and a lot of this stuff isn't perfect, we're all still, learning and finding out, new ways to make things easier to use. But they have some really cool things where you can go like scan documents, for accessibility, so that you can sort of see where the weak points are, where the friction is and stuff. Some of the other things you have on here are the Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation. That is a really cool resource for people to source funding to buy different types of technology. TechOwl is also a really cool resource. Accessibility.com, I wasn't really familiar with that site too much, but I did check it out since you had told me about that, and that's interesting too. Which it even includes some like recent lawsuits and stuff, which is interesting. And then the World Health Organization also, that was another one that I hadn't really looked into too much, but that was also pretty interesting in terms of some of the the stuff that they've got on there, just more like kind of global, I guess, humanitarian efforts. Um, One thing I wanted to say too is the you can go on to the ILRU and the access board websites. Also, you can do research on the Section 508 and WCAG. But that's more web-based stuff and more, well, WCAG is definitely, that's in regards to the World Wide Web Consortium and their initiatives in trying to make the web more user-friendly and accessible for people. And then Section 508 refers to the U.S. government's efforts to try to make accessibility more uniform across kind of the market in terms of like, public facing websites like businesses and things like that, so that, people that have disabilities that maybe if you're using a screen reader, some websites have a bunch of like really fancy features and stuff on them. And sometimes that stuff gets in the way of actually just the practicality of like, hey, I don't know, maybe I want to go to like, maybe I want to go to Five Guys and I want to know what, I don't know, maybe they're rolling out a new burger topping or something, but I want to go to their website and I want to check out, maybe what the new offerings are, or I'm curious if they change their prices, if places have a bunch of, I'm maybe betraying my age a little bit, but back whenever the internet was first like really a huge thing, it was blown up. There was a thing called Flash, and it was a technology that was made by a company called Macromedia, and then Adobe bought that company out. But the thing about Flash was that it was not, first of all, it was not accessible, and it kind of ran as a plugin actually within websites, and there was a lot of really cool, creative, interesting things done with it. And so, like, say, from an artistic perspective, like some of those things were really interesting projects and stuff, but they weren't, practically speaking, always very useful to the public in terms of, being actually something that people could say if you were a business and you rolled out a Flash website, you weren't really guaranteed that everybody in the public was going to be able to access that, and so, Flash did leave people out, and it excluded, some people from, from those, from the services and products that those businesses were trying to promote with their websites that were made with Flash. Anyway, Flash isn't, I think that's pretty much, I don't think anybody uses it anymore. I think Adobe kind of finally put the nails in the coffin of that. But just bring that up as an example of something where, something that seems like really cutting edge and cool, and is neat in some respects, and is cool in some respects, ends up also like being not cool, So anyway, well, they can get in touch with me here at the office. My email address is rclapp. That's like R and then clap your hands with two P's, and that's at rclapp@cilcp.org. And our phone number here is 717-731-1900. My extension is 210. And you can also check out our website, and that is at www.cilcp.org.